Hey, welcome back. This is the best small business show. BJ, I think it's time to burn the generic inspiration trash. I see it all over the place.
You do.
YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all I see on social media are people that are desperately trying to move this magic motivation needle.
Oh my gosh, you are so right. Here we are, June, 2026. The mid-year slump is hitting everyone hard. Waiting around for some sort of magical inspiration is a total business suicide. If I see one more person saying, sign up for my subscription or, be part of my XYZ challenge, I'm really going to freak out. I think I'm going to freak out.
Yeah, I keep seeing like all these talks that are being held at these confabs, how to go from invisible to influential. And I know it's just going to be just hogwash. I mean,
I know.
everybody's going to walk out of there with excited for about 5 minutes. So
Yeah.
BJ and I really want to talk about stop searching for feelings. Okay. You're running a business. You need to manufacture raw execution. We get too caught up in how we feel and how motivated we can get. And really, it comes to taking action and firing up genuine, high octane professional momentum right now, this week, today.
Right now. Yeah.
Right now.
Rich, let's break this massive mental shift down so people can kind of understand where we're coming from.
Yeah, passion is an earned output. Okay, it's never an input. You don't input passion. You get passion out of something. Action creates energy, not the reverse. So you're not, I'm going to get energy to take action. No, take action and that'll deliver energy. And that's what everybody gets wrong. Well, I'll listen to a motivational podcast, or I'll go to, a coffee and I'll get great ideas and motivation. It's like, no, what have you been putting off? Just do it.
We're going to cover 4 ruthless strategies to ignite your drive today. This is the way that we feel you just need to get off the mark.
Yeah. So our first point is what we call action first architecture. Okay. Stop planning your life away in notebooks.
And hey, this girl loves a great notebook. Okay. Of all people, I'm the one.
Yeah. The whole idea is that we're not saying don't plan in notebooks, but don't use the notebook as a procrastination vehicle. Well, I've written it down now. Now I've got these great ideas in a notebook, but you never pull the trigger. So Don't use it as a procrastination vehicle.
Right. You got to move your feet before your mind agrees. Momentum strips away absolute fear instantly. About 5 years ago, actually even longer now, because it was prior to the pandemic, we got together with a group of business owners, and the woman said, we're going to have a scenario where it's 5 years ahead, and you're going to be writing the New Year's message to yourself. And you're going to talk about how these last 5 years have been so impactful and what you've done and how it came to be and how you felt about it. Absolutely mind-changing. Absolutely mind-changing, because she let us go and she let us have that experience. At the very end, she said, okay, now go do it. Yeah, so that's the whole point. You can think about it. It could be in your head. It could be in your notebook. But you got to go. You got to go.
So what happened after 5 years?
3 out of the 5 in the group did it.
Yeah.
3 out of the 5. absolutely amazing. And
Eh,
I was happy to be one of them. It was just such a game changer to realize it's in your head. It's in your head. You got to motivate yourself. You have to motivate yourself.
Yeah, and it's taking the first step. So our
Yeah.
action step for this one is what we want to do is think about what you absolutely need to do and execute your hardest task. Look at your task list. And what's the hardest one there? We want you to execute, start on it by 8 a.m. this morning. Just do it.
Yes.
Just do it. You don't put
Yep.
it off, go, oh, I don't have time, or I don't know where to start. Just do it. Just do it. Because action builds energy, not energy builds action.
Awesome. Now, point number 2, the radical energy audit. Your current inner circle is actively draining you. You have to understand how incredibly important that first ring around you is. Am I right, Rich?
Yeah, yeah. You need to ruthlessly cut out every single toxic client that you have. Fire the energy vampires. And I love that term, energy
Yes.
vampires. Because what they're doing is they're dragging you down. They suck the life out of you. And if you want to talk about motivation, talk about demotivation. You just want to go home. I want to just go lie down and take a nap. So
No.
I got a great story. I had this client. They had a $5 million service business. Okay, completely miserable founder. They
Oh
were
my
just
God.
miserable, and he was stuck as the ultimate operational bottleneck. Everything went through him, but he was drowning daily.
Oof.
And he called me up. He goes, Rich, I need some help. So the situation was he had 3 massive legacy clients who demanded constant, exhausting attention. It's like
Whoa.
every day they would call up with an issue or a problem or a concern or my life sucks and stuff like that. And on
Oh my
top
God.
of it, they were paying absolute bottom rates because they were around for a long, long time.
There you go.
And guess what? They were all complaining the absolute loudest. It's always the case. And I tell clients, your worst clients are usually the ones that are paying the least. Okay.
Yes.
So what did we do? We conducted, as BJ said, a thorough radical energy audit. We fired those 3 legacy vampires on one Tuesday. I said, you need to get rid of them. You're not making any money on this. And they're taking up, it's like the Pareto rule. They were taking up 80% of their time and only
Right.
paying 20% of the revenue. So he had immediate initial panic. Just like, but then, like by the end of the day, he had absolute total clarity. He cleared,
Wow.
are you ready? He cleared 30 hours instantly. 30
Oh my
hours.
gosh. 30 hours.
Yeah, that's what they took up. Remove the bottleneck completely. And he replaced them within 1 month entirely with high paying, low maintenance buyers.
Wow.
His raw passion and energy exploded back immediately because these people were energy vampires. They were just sucking the life out of him. And
Yeah.
we're so afraid to get rid of those people because it almost becomes a behavioral tick that we have. Oh, I've got to take care of them. It's like, no, you have to, it's like a drug,
Yeah.
and you have to get off. You have to go cold turkey on the drug and get rid of it.
So really we have to say, how do we apply this to everybody? A great action step is purge your 2 low value relationships immediately.
Yeah.
Yes, you got to do an audit, you got to look through everybody, and you have to realize that getting rid of them is going to be the way for you to really ramp up to higher paying and more exciting projects.
Yeah, you want to look at your client list. Who are the 2 most pain in the butt clients that you have? Number one, and how much are you really making from those clients? We all have clients. We
Oh,
all
yeah.
have clients that we look at our calendar to go, oh God, I don't want to talk to this person. That's a clear example of you need to get rid of that person.
Right. We had a client that would literally, they had a set budget for every month, but they would go over every time an event was going to be coming up
Mhm.
and knit, 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 knit. And we would try to charge them and they'd be like, no, we have a set budget. And we'd be like, no, you have to pay.
Yeah.
Begrudgingly, they paid. Well, comes to the end of the season and they said, well, this summer you can kind of make up a little bit. Okay. So they call us 2 weeks into the summer and say, oh, well, we're going to need to, stop working with you guys because, we need to trim the budget. And
Yeah.
we said, may the force be with you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
And they're gone. And
They're gone.
gone.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That's
You got to let go.
you have to
You got to
just
be
let
okay
them go.
about it.
Fire. We're always afraid to fire clients, but you know what? That opens up time to go get new clients. This podcast is sponsored by New Renew Brand Marketing, a full-service agency building strong brands with clarity and vision. Their clients are reaching their potential with innovative messaging, results-driven AI research and analytics, with their audiences are always front and center. Reach out to BJ Flagg at newrenew.com today.
This podcast is also sponsored by Rich G Business Coaching. Is your business starving for clarity and passion, buried in daily speed? Rich helps you strip away distractions and ignite drive. Spend 20 minutes with Rich. No cost, no pitch. Go to richg.com to sign up today. Rich, let's get going here.
Yep. Well, point number 3, aggressive constraint exposure. We've got the weirdest names for our points
What
today.
did we do this week?
Well, you know what? I did this very early in the morning and I was coming up with stuff. And now that I look at it in the afternoon, I'm like, this is weird stuff. But aggressive constraint exposure, where when you have infinite choices, it causes absolute professional paralysis. When you have lots of choices, you get stuck.
Yeah. You know what? You have to set a absurdly tight, unforgiving deadlines for projects. That's where our head needs to be. These artificial pressure actually forces raw, brilliant, creative focus. Take it from me. Works like a charm. No procrastinate. It's like focus. I got to get it done. The deadline gets the job over the finish line. Talk about breaking it down and moving that project forward. It really is something that when you're working on a major project, if we can all remember back when we were in school, you'd pull an all-nighter and you did everything you possibly could. And I gotta tell you, sometimes the project turned out just great. What you need to do is think to your head, how can I constrain the time and explode in creativity? It really does work.
Yeah. And so our action step for this is cut project timelines exactly in half. Okay. When you're looking at it, when you have infinite choices, you tend to think out all the permutations. So cut the timeline in half, and I think you'll find you'll get things done a lot faster. And you get that deadline. I tell clients all the time, set a deadline, and suddenly things happen. I need to get my website out, set a deadline. It needs to be up by July 1st. Well, then you have to make decisions on things, concessions on things. So
Right. We have 2 different websites that we're doing right now. One, they didn't want to set deadlines because they had some new people starting and things were happening. Well, we're coming up on the year anniversary of that one. Another group, we need it up by August. Here's the stuff. Here's the copy. Here's what we need. And that website actually will be up just after July 4th. Absolutely amazing team players. Love it.
Yeah, there was a term we used to use. I could tell you how old this is from the 2000s. We used to say, we're building a website. We're not burning CDs here. When you burn a CD, you're locked in. That's it. But a website, you come out with version 1.0. I go, we could do version 1.1 tomorrow. Let's just launch this now. It's okay. And the other line I use is, you're not the New York Times. You're not going to have millions of people coming to your website. So if it's 80% fine, that's great. We'll hide some pages. That's fine. And then we'll just launch them up when they're ready.
Nothing Google loves more is having a new page. I got to tell you. Great for the page rank. So point number 4 is high stakes obsession monetization. All right. So kind of think about those words. Stop treating your deep obsession like a hobby. Oh my gosh, break this down, Rich.
Oh my gosh. At BJ and I were in like BNI and stuff. There were so many hobbyists. I love that term, hobbyists.
So
they weren't running businesses.
Yeah.
You need to charge premium pricing for your unique expertise. And I need to say that again. You need to charge premium pricing for what you do.
Yeah.
High revenue fuels incredible, sustainable personal excitement. When you're getting big paydays, big paychecks from your clients, that in and of itself confirms that you're running a business. It confirms that you're really good at it, that you're an expert at what you do. When you're charging like, $25 an hour and stuff, that doesn't do anything. Real world proof is right here. I had a coaching client, $2 million business owner, absolute total mental burnout. I mean, she was totally burnt out.
Oh my gosh.
She hated the daily grind completely. It's like she was always finding issues with everything. But the problem was, she was selling high level operational expertise, but she was pricing it like McDonald's, cheap, expendable commodity. Would you like fries with that type of thing? And so together, we sat down and immediately executed a highly uncomfortable strategic pivot. And it was very uncomfortable for her. First,
I bet.
We forced a mandatory, non-negotiable doubling of all of her retainer fees. And she was like, no, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. No, you are. We just went down her list and I just multiplied everything times 2. You just have to charge twice, double your price. Okay. Second, we purged the cheap clients. We went through and we only kept the premium serious buyers in her business. Guess what? The result was she experienced instant revenue spikes and a massive reduction in daily operational hours because she got rid of the cheap clients. Yeah. And from a financial sense, she saw an incredible margin expansion. She experienced an immediate, explosive return of genuine passion. I talk to clients all the time. I go, if you charge twice as much, you only have to service half as many clients. And suddenly you see the light bulb go off and go, I never thought of that. I go, yeah, you'll be making the same amount of money, but you'll be working half the time. So the moral of the story is high revenue directly fuels incredible, sustainable, personal and professional excitement. You getting more money and more time will motivate you in and of itself.
And it is the perfect blueprint. Stripping away distractions just gives you the maximum clarity. It is absolutely amazing. A great action step for this would be double your highest core service rate. One thing that we did for clients is if they want me on the call, that's double the price to have me on the call. They can have one of the other account executives on the call, but if they want me on the call, that's twice as much. And they got the message, that difference that we feel will ignite their business.
Yeah,
So it works.
I get a lot. I get some corporate clients sometimes that they go, "We'd really like to meet with our person in meet with our client in person. We want you to meet with them in person." I go, "Oh, that's fine." I never say, "Whoa." I go, "Oh, that's fine. This is my price."
I've heard him do this.
And what's funny is they always say when you tell someone your price, you want to hear a sharp intake of breath. You want to hear, "Ooh, oh, I don't know." And then suddenly they go, "Oh, okay." Because suddenly they realize, well, no, I'm providing a premium service. I'm going to meet with your client in person. Do you understand what that means? I have to travel to that location. They're not meeting in my office. They're not meeting via Zoom. I'm meeting them face to face, one-on-one. That's going to cost you a lot of money. So you need to double your highest core service rate today. Look at it and just double it. So the next person that calls in, give them that rate. And you're going to hear a sharp intake of breath, but then they'll go, "Oh, okay." So
Yeah, it's okay.
what we want you to do is kill complacency. Don't, "Oh, I need to have passion. I have to do this." Build momentum. And if you do those two things, you kill your complacency and you build momentum, you're going to win 2026 entirely.
You're taking action. You're going to have better people, better business, and a better life.
Yeah, so thank you to our producer, Richard Scalzo, for making us sound great. And thanks for tuning in to the best small business show.